Do you like to hang out at the bar after work? Yes, I sometimes like to hang out at the bar after work. Do you usually drink green tea at the bar? No, I don't usually drink green tea at the bar. Do you usually drink coffee at the bar? No, I don't usually drink coffee at the bar. Do you usually drink beer at the bar? Yes, I usually drink beer at the bar. What do you usually drink at the bar? I usually drink beer at the bar. Good. Ask me what I usually drink at the bar. What do you usually drink at the bar? Does beer grow on trees? No, beer doesn't grow on trees. Do people make beer? Yes, people make beer. Do you know how they make beer? No, I don't know how they make beer. Do you want to learn to make beer? Yes, I want to learn to make beer. Do you want to start selling beer for money? No, I don't want to start selling beer for money. Do you think you can make a lot of money by selling beer? No, I don't think I can make a lot of money by selling beer. Are you thirsty now? Yes, I'm thirsty now. When you say you're thirsty, does it mean you want to eat some junk food? No, when I say I'm thirsty, it doesn't mean I want to eat some junk food. When you say you're thirsty, does it mean you want to watch a movie? No. When I say I'm thirsty, it doesn't mean I want to watch a movie. When you say you're thirsty, does it mean you want something to drink? Yes, when I say I'm thirsty, it means I want something to drink. What does it mean when you say you're thirsty? When I say I'm thirsty, it means I want something to drink. Ask me the same question. What does it mean when you say you're thirsty? Good. What does it mean when you say you're thirsty? When I say I'm thirsty, it means I want something to drink. Do you prefer a soft drink or an alcoholic drink when you're very thirsty? Sometimes I prefer a soft drink and sometimes I prefer an alcoholic drink when I'm very thirsty. Do you want a soft drink or an alcoholic drink now? I want a soft drink now. Do you know exactly what you want to drink now? Yes, I know exactly what I want to drink now. Ask me if I do. Do you know exactly what you want to drink now? Good. So, what do you want to drink now? I want to drink some water now. Is beer a soft drink? No, beer isn't a soft drink. Is beer an alcoholic drink? Yes, beer is an alcoholic drink. Can you drive a car after drinking a lot of beer? No, I can't drive a car after drinking a lot of beer. Don't drive being drunk. Take a bus, or the subway, or a taxi. Do you work at this company? Yes, I work at this company. Are you the boss here? No, I'm not the boss here. Do you have a boss? Yes, I have a boss. Does your boss tell you what to do every day? Yes, my boss tells me what to do every day. Do you always like to do what your boss tells you to do? No, I don't always like to do what my boss tells me to do. Do you have to do everything your boss tells you to do? Yes, I have to do everything my boss tells me to do. Do you work 9 to 5? Yes, I work 9 to 5. Can you leave your office at 3 p.m. when you want to? No, I can't leave my office at 3 p.m. when I want to. Ask me if I can. Can you leave your office at 3 p.m. when you want to? Can you come to work at 11 a.m. when you don't want to come at 9? No, I can't come to work at 11 a.m. when I don't want to come at 9. You can't just show up 2 hours late, unless you don't want to work here anymore. Can you leave your work and go to the movies when you don't want to do what your boss tells you to do? No, I can't leave my work and go to the movies when I don't want to do what my boss tells me to do. Can you make a lot of money by watching movies all day? No, I can't make a lot of money by watching movies all day. Can you sleep at your table when you don't want to do what your boss tells you to do? No, I can't sleep at my table when I don't want to do what my boss tells me to do. Can you make a lot of money by sleeping at your table all day? No, I can't make a lot of money by sleeping at my table all day. Can you stand up and go for a run if you don't want to do what your boss tells you to do? No, I can't stand up and go for a run if I don't want to do what my boss tells me to do. What do you have to do at work? I have to do what my boss tells me to do at work. Good. Ask me what I have to do at work. What do you have to do at work? Good, I forgot. What do you have to do at work? I have to do what my boss tells me to do at work. Do you sleep in this park? No, I don't sleep in this park. Do you see some homeless people sleeping in this park? Yes, I see some homeless people sleeping in this park. Why do they sleep in the park? They sleep in the park because they don't have a home. Why don't you sleep in the park? I don't sleep in the park because I have a home. Do you sometimes walk in your sleep? Yes, I sometimes walk in my sleep. Ask me if I do. Do you sometimes walk in your sleep? Alright, how many fridges do you have at home? I have one fridge at home. Ask me how many fridges I have at home. How many fridges do you have at home? Is your fridge in the bathroom? No, my fridge isn't in the bathroom. Where is it? It's in the kitchen. Do you put food in your fridge to make it cold? Yes, I put food in my fridge to make it cold. Why do you put food in your fridge? I put food in my fridge to make it cold. Do you like to sleep in your fridge when it's very hot in summer? No, I don't like to sleep in my fridge when it's very hot in summer. Why not? Because it's too cold in the fridge. Again, why don't you like to sleep in the fridge in summer? I don't like to sleep in the fridge in summer because it's too cold in the fridge. Ask me why I don't like to sleep in the fridge in summer. Why don't you like to sleep in the fridge in summer? Do you think it hurts a little when a snake bites you? No, I don't think it hurts a little when a snake bites me. Do you think it hurts a lot when a snake bites you? Yes, I think it hurts a lot when a snake bites me. How much does it hurt when a snake bites you? It hurts a lot when a snake bites me. Do you want a snake to bite you? No, I don't want a snake to bite me. Ask me if I do. Do you want a snake to bite you? Let's try again. Do you want a snake to bite you? No, I don't want a snake to bite me. If a snake bites you, do you have to go to the hospital? Yes, if a snake bites me, I have to go to the hospital. If a snake bites you, do you have to go to the movie theater to relax? No, if a snake bites me, I don't have to go to the movie theater to relax. Where do you have to go if a snake bites you? If a snake bites me, I have to go to the hospital. Ask me where I have to go if a snake bites me. Where do you have to go if a snake bites you? Let's try again. Where do you have to go if a snake bites you? If a snake bites me, I have to go to the hospital. Is it usually cold in summer? No, it's not usually cold in summer. Is it usually hot in summer? Yes, it's usually hot in summer. How's the weather in summer? The weather is hot in summer. Can you always predict the weather? No, I can't always predict the weather. If you can't predict the weather, does it mean the weather is unpredictable? Yes, if I can't predict the weather, it means the weather is unpredictable. What does it mean if you can't predict the weather? If I can't predict the weather, it means the weather is unpredictable. Is it snowing now? No, it's not snowing now. Is it raining now? Yes, it's raining now. How's the weather now? It's raining now. Ask me the same question. How's the weather now? Good, I'll ask you again. How's the weather now? It's raining now. Is there anyone in the park now? No, there isn't anyone in the park now. Why not? Because it's raining. So why is there nobody in the park now? There is nobody in the park now because it's raining. Do you stay dry if you run in the rain? No, I don't stay dry if I run in the rain. Do you get wet if you run in the rain? Yes, I get wet if I run in the rain. Are you getting wet now? Yes, I'm getting wet now. Why? Because it's raining. So why are you getting wet? I'm getting wet because it's raining. Are we both getting wet? Yes, we are both getting wet. Do you live in a house? No, I don't live in a house. Do you live in an apartment? Yes, I live in an apartment. Do you live in a multi-story building? Yes, I live in a multi-story building. What do we call a building which has a lot of stories? We call a building which has a lot of stories a multi-story building. Ask me the same question. What do we call a building which has a lot of stories? Okay, what do we call a 100-story building? We call a 100-story building a skyscraper. Ask me what we call this building. What do we call a 100-story building? Do you live in a skyscraper? No, I don't live in a skyscraper. Which floor do you live on? I live on the 7th floor. Ask me which floor I live on. Which floor do you live on? Do you have a bathroom in your apartment? Yes, I have a bathroom in my apartment. How many bathrooms do you have in your apartment? I have one bathroom in my apartment. Ask me how many bathrooms I have in my apartment. How many bathrooms do you have in your apartment? Good. Let's try again. How many bathrooms do you have in your apartment? I have one bathroom in my apartment. Do you prefer to take a shower or a bath? I prefer to take a shower. Do you take a shower once a week? No, I don't take a shower once a week. Do you take a shower 3 times a day? No, I don't take a shower 3 times a day. How often do you take a shower? I take a shower once a day. Ask me the same question. How often do you take a shower? Do you like to take a cold shower in the morning? Yes, I sometimes like to take a cold shower in the morning. Can you take a shower if there is no water? No, I can't take a shower if there is no water. Ask me if I can. Can you take a shower if there is no water? No, of course not. But let's try again. Can you take a shower if there is no water? No, I can't take a shower if there is no water. Can you take a warm bath if there is no hot water? No, I can't take a warm bath if there is no hot water. Do you like to go to a fast food restaurant when you're hungry? Yes, I like to go to a fast food restaurant when I'm hungry. Do you order anything when you go to a fast food restaurant? Yes, I order something when I go to a fast food restaurant. Can you order a lot of food if you don't have enough money? No, I can't order a lot of food if I don't have enough money. Do you usually eat your hamburgers fast or slowly? I usually eat my hamburgers fast. Do you sometimes bite your tongue when you eat too fast? Oh, yes. I sometimes bite my tongue when I eat too fast. Does it hurt a little when you bite your tongue? No, it doesn't hurt a little when I bite my tongue. Does it hurt badly when you bite your tongue? Yes, it hurts badly when I bite my tongue. How much does it hurt when you bite your tongue? It hurts badly when I bite my tongue. Right, ask me the same question. How much does it hurt when you bite your tongue? Good. I'll ask you again. How much does it hurt when you bite your tongue? It hurts badly when I bite my tongue. When you bite your tongue, do you run to the hospital? No. When I bite my tongue, I don't run to the hospital. Do you get tired when you have a lot of work to do? Yes, I get tired when I have a lot of work to do. Does your job pay you well? No, my job doesn't pay me well. If your job doesn't pay you well, can you buy a lot of things? No, if my job doesn't pay me well, I can't buy a lot of things. If your job doesn't pay you well, can you buy expensive food? No, if my job doesn't pay me well, I can't buy expensive food. Do you think Jim makes a lot of money? No. I think Jim doesn't make a lot of money. If Jim doesn't make a lot of money, can we call him rich? No. If Jim doesn't make a lot of money, we can't call him rich. If Jim makes a little money, can we call him poor? Yes, if Jim makes a little money, we can call him poor. What can we call Jim if he makes a little money? If Jim makes a little money, we can call him poor. Ask me the same question. What can we call Jim if he makes a little money? He is poor, unfortunately. Let's hope he finds a better job. If your job doesn't pay you well, is it a good idea to look for another job? Yes, if my job doesn't pay me well, it's a good idea to look for another job. Of course, if your job doesn't pay you well, you have to look for another job. What do you have to do if your job doesn't pay you well? If my job doesn't pay me well, I have to look for another job. Ask me what I have to do if my job doesn't pay me well. What do you have to do if your job doesn't pay you well? Does money grow on trees? No, money doesn't grow on trees. Do you have to work for it? Yes, I have to work for it. Do you want money to grow on trees? Yes, I want money to grow on trees. Ask me if I do. Do you want money to grow on trees? Alright, let's try again. Do you want money to grow on trees? Yes, I want money to grow on trees. Do you live in a house or in an apartment building? I live in an apartment building. Do you live in a multi-story building? Yes, I live in a multi-story building. Do you live on the first floor? No, I don't live on the first floor. Do you live on the second floor? No, I don't live on the second floor. Do you live on the third floor? No, I don't live on the third floor. So, which floor do you live on? I live on the 10th floor. Ask me which floor I live on. Which floor do you live on? Good. So, which floor do you live on? I live on the 10th floor. Is it your apartment or do you rent it? I rent it. Do you want to have your apartment in this building? Yes, I want to have my apartment in this building. Do you pay your rent every day? No, I don't pay my rent every day. Do you pay your rent 3 times a month? No, I don't pay my rent 3 times a month. Do you pay your rent twice a month? No, I don't pay my rent twice a month. Do you pay your rent once a month? Yes, I pay my rent once a month. How often do you pay your rent?
I pay my rent once a month. Can you live in this apartment if you stop paying your rent? No, I can't live in this apartment if I stop paying my rent. What do you have to do every month if you want to live in this apartment? I have to pay my rent every month if I want to live in this apartment. Ask me what I have to do every month if I want to live in this apartment. Okay, what do you have to do every month if you want to live in this apartment? Do you groom your hair every day? Yes, I groom my hair every day. Do you sometimes like to groom your hair with your fingers? Yes, I sometimes like to groom my hair with my fingers. Can you groom your hair with your toes? No, I can't groom my hair with my toes. Do you usually use a comb to groom your hair? Yes, I usually use a comb to groom my hair. Do you use a fork to groom your hair? No, I don't use a fork to groom my hair. What do you usually use to groom your hair? I usually use a comb to groom my hair. Ask me what I usually use to groom my hair. What do you usually use to groom your hair? Does Joe have any hair on his head? No, Joe doesn't have any hair on his head. Does Joe need a comb if he doesn't have any hair? No, Joe doesn't need a comb if he doesn't have any hair. Do you prefer cereal with milk or without it? I prefer cereal with milk. How do you like your cereal? I like my cereal with milk. Ask me how I like my cereal. How do you like your cereal? Do you eat cereal with your hands? No, I don't eat cereal with my hands. Do you eat cereal with your feet? No, I don't eat cereal with my feet. Do you eat cereal with chopsticks? No, I don't eat cereal with chopsticks. What do you eat cereal with? I eat cereal with a spoon. Ask me what I eat cereal with. What do you eat cereal with? Is a fast food restaurant your favorite place when you want to relax? No, a fast food restaurant isn't my favorite place when I want to relax. Is a Japanese restaurant your favorite place when you want to relax? Yes, a Japanese restaurant is my favorite place when I want to relax. What is your favorite place when you want to relax? A Japanese restaurant is my favorite place when I want to relax. Ask me what my favorite place is. What is your favorite place when you want to relax? Do you hate Japanese food? No, I don't hate Japanese food. Is it a good idea to go to a Japanese restaurant if you hate Japanese food? No, it's not a good idea to go to a Japanese restaurant if I hate Japanese food. Do you eat Japanese food with your hands? No, I don't eat Japanese food with my hands. Do you eat Japanese food with your eyes? No, I don't eat Japanese food with my eyes. Unless it's too expensive. Do you eat Japanese food with chopsticks? Yes, I eat Japanese food with chopsticks. What do you eat Japanese food with? I eat Japanese food with chopsticks. Alright, ask me the same question. What do you eat Japanese food with? Do you know how to hold chopsticks? Yes, I know how to hold chopsticks. Is there anyone in this restaurant? Yes, there is someone in this restaurant. Is there only one person in this restaurant? No, there isn't only one person in this restaurant. Are there 3 people in this restaurant? No, there aren't 3 people in this restaurant. Are there a lot of people in this restaurant? Yes, there are a lot of people in this restaurant. Can I say that this restaurant is crowded? Yes, you can say that this restaurant is crowded. What can I say about the restaurant if there are a lot of people in it? If there are a lot of people in a restaurant, you can say that it's crowded. Repeat the question, please. What can I say about the restaurant if there are a lot of people in it? Good. Let's try again. What can I say about the restaurant if there are a lot of people in it? If there are a lot of people in a restaurant, you can say that it's crowded. Do you often go to the restaurant? No, I don't often go to the restaurant. Do you go to the restaurant 3 times a day? No, I don't go to the restaurant 3 times a day. How often do you go to the restaurant? I go to the restaurant twice a week. Ask me the same question. How often do you go to the restaurant? Do you eat anything when you go to the restaurant? Yes, I eat something when I go to the restaurant. Do you eat chewing gums in a restaurant? No, I don't eat chewing gums in a restaurant. Do you eat food in a restaurant? Yes, I eat food in a restaurant. What do you eat in a restaurant? I eat food in a restaurant. Do you like the smell of Chinese food? Yes, I like the smell
of Chinese food? Does everybody like Chinese food? No, not everybody likes Chinese food. Ask me the same question. Does everybody like Chinese food? Alright, I forgot your answer. Does everybody like Chinese food? No, not everybody likes Chinese food. Do you know anyone who hates Chinese food? Yes, I know someone who hates Chinese food. Do you like to smell your food before eating it? Yes, I like to smell my food before eating it. Do you always smell your food before eating it? No, I don't always smell my food before eating it. Do you eat your food if it doesn't smell good? No, I don't eat my food if it doesn't smell good. Do you usually have lunch alone? No, I don't usually have lunch alone. Do you usually have lunch with someone? Yes, I usually have lunch with someone. Who do you usually have lunch with? I usually have lunch with my friend. Right, ask me who I usually have lunch with. Who do you usually have lunch with? Let's try again. Who do you usually have lunch with? I usually have lunch with my friend. Do you speak with your friend during your lunch? Yes, I speak with my friend during my lunch. Do you speak with your mouth or with your nose? I speak with my mouth. What do you speak with? I speak with my mouth. Can you speak when your mouth is full of food? No, I can't speak when my mouth is full of food. Is it easy to speak when your mouth is full of food? No, it's not easy to speak when my mouth is full of food. Is it difficult to speak when your mouth is full of food?
Yes, it's difficult to speak when my mouth is full of food. Does a chewing gum get stuck if you put it in your hair? Yes, a chewing gum gets stuck if I put it in my hair. Ask me the same question. Does a chewing gum get stuck if you put it in your hair? So, do you have a chewing gum stuck in your hair? No, I don't have a chewing gum stuck in my hair. Do you want to have a chewing gum stuck in your hair? No, I don't want to have a chewing gum stuck in my hair. If you have a chewing gum stuck in your hair, do you have to get it out of your hair? Yes, if I have a chewing gum stuck in my hair, I have to get it out of my hair. What do you have to do if you have a chewing gum stuck in your hair? If I have a chewing gum stuck in my hair, I have to get it out of my hair. Ask me the same question. What do you have to do if you have a chewing gum stuck in your hair? Let's try again. What do you have to do if you have a chewing gum stuck in your hair? If I have a chewing gum stuck in my hair, I have to get it out of my hair. Is it easy to get a chewing gum out of your hair? No, it's not easy to get a chewing gum out of my hair. Is it hard to get a chewing gum out of your hair? Yes, it's hard to get a chewing gum out of my hair.
Now let's do a little test. You'll see the answer on the screen, and I want you to ask me a question to it. For example, if you see the answer, she drinks 3 cups of coffee in the morning, and 3 is underlined. As you can see, your question has to start from how. So you have to ask, how many cups of coffee does she drink in the morning? Sometimes I'll give you some tips to help you understand the context better. You'll have about 10 seconds to say the question. You shouldn't stop the video. If that time isn't enough, you have to repeat the material again. So after 10 seconds, I'll show you the right question. If it's different from the one you asked, stop the video, analyze your mistake, and do the question again. Alright, let's go! There are 5 fingers on this hand.
How many fingers are there on this hand? We call this finger a thumb. What do we call this finger? I have one thumb on each hand. How many thumbs do you have on each hand? I use my fingers to speak a sign language. What do you use to speak a sign language? I need to have a job to pay my rent. What do you need to have to pay your rent? Elevators go up and down. Where do elevators go? We call this thing that takes us up and down an elevator. What do we call this thing that takes us up and down? I go to college 5 times a week. How many times a week do you go to college? I have to raise my hand if I know the answer to the teacher's question. What do you have to do if you know the answer to the teacher's question? I can rent a house when it's cheap enough for me. When can you rent a house? My apartment has only one bathroom in it. How many bathrooms does your apartment have in it? Every apartment has to have a bathroom in it. What does every apartment have to have in it? If Jim makes a little money, we can call him poor. What can we call Jim if he makes a little money? I live on the 10th floor. Which floor do you live on? I pay my rent once a month. How often do you pay your rent? My apartment building has 2 elevators in it.
How many elevators does your apartment building have in it? When the elevator gets to my floor, the door has to open. What does the door have to do when the elevator gets to your floor? I have to eat quickly if I don't have a lot of time. How do you have to eat if you don't have a lot of time? I'm touching my toes with my fingers. What are you touching your toes with? I can see 5 people here. How many people can you see here? I usually have lunch with my friend. Who do you usually have lunch with? We call a building which has a lot of stories a multi-story building. What do we call a building which has a lot of stories? I smell badly if I don't take a shower after running. How do you smell if you don't take a shower after running? A snake can bite me if I hit it with my foot. What can a snake do if you hit it with your foot? Okay, that's the end of the test. If you've made less than 3 mistakes, it's a good result. If you've made more than 3 mistakes, consider going through the last couple of lessons again before moving on to the next chapter.